guys. It's so good to have you here. Oh my god. You're welcome. This is Topsy Gifts. And I've missed you guys so much. I am so sorry. I've been pretty busy with lots of activities, and that's why I haven't been consistent with my relationship talk shows. But Building Minds is bringing to you another relationship series, and I hope you enjoy today's episode. I hope you enjoy today's topic. We're looking at secret relationships and religious belief. Wow, guys. I hope you will find it meaningful and educative to listen to what I have to say, and just contribute if you have any contribution to what I'm going to say about secret relationships and religious beliefs, because it's actually a very big problem in our society today, especially for the countries that are very religious. you know I've come to know that a lot of people find it find difficulties in their relationship, most of their relationship, because they are not very bold or very proud to come tell their pastors or their friends, okay, this is the person I'm dating, or this is my girlfriend, or this is my boyfriend, because they're going to look at you like you are a sinner, like you are a big sinner. Thank you so much, guys, in here. Oh, Prince Ife, thank you for joining. Friday Ebenezer, thank you for joining. Vinky, oh sorry, I don't know how to pronounce that name. Thank you for joining. Dami, thank you for joining. I'm bringing to you secret relationships and religious belief here in Ivano-Frankivsk, Ukraine. And I trust God is going to be wonderful. I trust God is going to be awesome. Okay. Actually, I have a lot to talk about when it has to do with secret relationship, because I've been a victim of secret relationship, and I have to get it right. I had to clear it, and I'm sure a lot of people are still having that issue, and they don't know how to go about it. So I just want to share some of my little experience I had in that aspect. Not that really I had like a secret relationship, but it's something that's become a problem in our society today. Like, for example, when a guy is dating a lady, and perhaps the both of them are both religious people, and especially when they are heading a department in a church and all that, most of them don't feel very comfortable or very proud to go tell their friends or their pastors or their families that, okay, I'm dating this person, because some of them think that, oh, this guy is it's a prayer warrior, or this lady is a prayer warrior, or she's a sister, so we don't expect to have this kind of relationship. So because of this so much religious belief and religious mindset, so they tend to just hide why they do the relationship. They just hide it. Eventually, most times it really doesn't, okay, and it's really a problem. Okay, so let me share with you guys my experience while I was dating my husband. Okay, then a few years ago, I was dating my husband in 2000. Okay, let me not just give you the exact years. Okay, in ABG, in Abuja, in Nigeria. One day I visited my husband, and then while we were strolling of his house, and we met a friend of his, and just imagine, my husband was going to introduce me to his friend. Okay, maybe he wasn't even having it in mind to do, but his friend quickly asked about me, you get, and then for him to introduce me as somebody who he was dating, I don't know, he was scared actually to tell his friend I'm dating this girl. But what he did was that, oh, meet my friend. And I was like, hello, your friend? Who is your friend? Like, excuse me, sir, who is your friend? It actually was a big problem that day, because really I am a very blunt person, and I don't like to pretend when it comes to some critical issues. Like I see relationship as something, when I'm dating somebody, I see relationship as something being serious, not joke. So, and I don't believe when I'm dating somebody I had to just, hide it, this petty little children stuff. I don't do it. So I was so upset with him when he introduced me to his friend as me being his friend. Like, wow, I'm your friend? Like, seriously? And we had to clear it out that instantly. And most times I tell ladies, please define your relationship with that guy. Let him not play pranks with you. If he's not proud enough to say, this is my girl, this is the person I'm dating, then, excuse me, he's just playing with your life. Because he's going to introduce you to another lady, telling you, this is my friend, this is my cousin, this is my colleague. Oh my God, I don't know which is which. So, just to tell you the truth, I had to clear that issue. Now, okay, his friend was actually asking. You can imagine, perhaps the friend actually has an eye on me, and he was just saying for the first time, just say, so perhaps he saw a pretty lady, and he just wanted to be sure if this is free or occupied. And you just say, the girl is a friend, bros. Okay. Now, who friend don't help? I'm sorry. Because you just have to tell the person the truth, because you don't know if the person asking is interested. So, my dear, you just have to be frank, just have to be truthful. Tell the person, oh, okay, meet my girl, meet my guy. Those hide and seek thing really doesn't help anybody, because a lot of religious churches who will tell you all those things and preach holiness and make sins, magnify sins so much that people go about hiding their relationship. Most of the time, those people get into troubles. They get into problems. The ladies get pregnant. They don't even know how to go about it. They keep aborting babies while we're all raising unholy hands in church. People still do even wrongs. So why are you trying to make these people look like if eating it's a sin? Like when you just see a lady just marry, don't get to know about her, don't get to know anything about this young man, don't get to date, don't court, don't do relationship, don't ask questions, just go and say, baby, I want to marry a little guy, I want to marry you. So my hello Farah, thank you for joining. Pastor Clem, thank you for joining. That's my husband. Please help me share this video, share the link if you actually enjoying what we're saying, so you can contribute to what we're talking about. Secret relationship and religious beliefs. Secret relationships and religious beliefs is actually a menace. It's actually a problem in most societies that are very, very religious, especially Africa, that are very, very religious, and people tend to hide their relationship. People tend to hide when they are dating or courting a man. You can say a guy and a lady is dating in the same church, but they are not proud enough to tell anybody. They're not proud enough to tell their friends. They're not proud enough to tell their pastors. They're proud enough to tell their deacons. When the deacons see you with a lady 1, 2, 3 times, they begin to ask you. They bring down their spectacles and they'll be like, who is she and who is he? So you don't give people freedom to express themselves, freedom to live their life, freedom to be free, the chance to be free, for God's sake. And I really didn't care when I was in Nigeria. I really didn't care. I was one of their stubborn members, because I believe life is practical. I don't believe in some of the religions, some of the laws and norms that we actually do in church, and it's not helping anybody. You keep giving people back seats all the time, not because they actually intend to fall into sin, or they actually intend to fornicate, but because there is no room for them to be free to express themselves. There is no room for them to be taught. There is only fear, the fear of court, fear of sin. And so they hide their relationships, and before you know it, they go about doing something wrong. So you have to give people freedom. You have to give people freedom to do the right thing. For God's sake, you have to teach them. when you want to teach a girl child, when you want to teach a male child, you teach them what they need to know. You don't guide them with a torchlight. You get, because really you can actually tell a child what to do, and just few minutes before you know it, that child goes about doing the wrong thing. So you pray for these people, you teach them, and you let them to be. You get, so religion had actually not been helping in most such churches, like the church we're coming from. I'm not going to mention that church. It's not helping. People keep fornicating, people keep doing even wrongs, but and they keep being punished, not because it's intense, not because they really want to do it, but because of the laws and the norms in the church. It's helping them to do wrongs. Those pastors and those the religious people said these rules and regulation is going to reduce their high rate of immorality, blah blah blah. It's a big lie, because a lot of people do it behind you, and they even do worse. So I think that churches are supposed to start thinking on ways on how to educate the male and the female in the church on how to better their lives and relationship, an open relationship, rather instead of a secret relationship, because they are afraid of being caught. They are afraid of being heard of. They're afraid, I don't want my pastor to know that this, they see me as a good sister in church, they see me as a prayer warrior, this, that. And because you are so afraid of what people will say, or what will become of you when they know that you actually into a relationship without informing them. So to you it's like a big problem. So that fear of not being, of you not telling them, or of being caught, you find yourself doing wrong things, and you find yourself even into deeper problems. You don't have anybody to talk to, you don't have anybody to advise, because you dare not open it up to even the big mamas of the church. So they are going to criticize you and make you feel condemned. So that is why people stay in church and do even worse than people outside the world. A lot of people, you just see people tie their hair on Sunday and they come to church, but most of us are not living the real thing. They were not living the real life. We all live in pretense. So really, I am going to be introducing my husband to tell me the reason why he actually did what he did when we were dating a few years ago. You get, because I actually believe that it's because of where we are all coming from. That's religious mentality. That's why he was not proud enough to introduce me to his friend as his date, as a lady he was dating. But he was so scared to tell this guy, what if I tell this guy, what will he say? How will he think? What will he not say? He will say this brother is a spoilt brother. This brother is not a Holy Ghost born again brother. So it's better I just keep it to myself and just tell the guy, meet my friend. Meet your friend. Like that day I had to be real, like this is real me. If you really want to date a girl, be ready to tell anyone who cares to know, this is my girl. The same with your guy. As long as you are of age to go in courtship and relationship, you shouldn't hide it. You shouldn't hide it from anybody who wants to listen. You shouldn't hide it. So right now I'm going to be introducing my husband, so that he will tell me, I don't know, maybe I'm actually getting it wrong, but that was what I was thinking, because it's actually happening in my church. So I am being about it because I saw ladies in mess. I saw ladies in problems. A lot of them had complications while aborting babies, because they are afraid to tell the deacons, or they are afraid to tell a mama in the church, this is how the problem I got into, because they will be condemned. So you get, instead of teaching people the right thing to do and allowing them to live their life freely, you tend to put laws and norms that you think can guide them. You are rather pushing them away and making them go into doing things that naturally they don't want to do, but they just find themselves doing it, and they cannot come out to tell you the truth. So they keep hiding until they get into deeper shit that can take their lives. So right now let me introduce Pastor Clement, baby. Come and tell me why you did that. So he's going to tell me like why he did what he did back then.
Good afternoon, everyone. Here. I want to welcome every one of you to the platform today, and I believe you are enjoying the topic that we're talking about today: secret relationships and religious beliefs. Well, I was summoned here to tell you why I did what I did.
Yes, please. It's important.
So I'm going to tell you why I did what I did. You know, that was in 2012. I know she didn't want to tell you the date, but sorry. In 2012, when we started dating, I was just getting to know her then, and one day we were walking, and then a friend of mine wanted to know who the beautiful queen I was walking with was, and I said, my friend, she's my friend. Well, I said it with an innocent heart, you know. I wasn't even thinking of the fact that she was going to react to that. You know, for me, it was not intentional for me to have said that. You know, I really didn't think about the fact that she was going to read meaning to what I was going to say, to introduce her as my friend. And then when she reacted, you know, I was like, wow. You know, so you mean it's wrong for me to introduce you as my friend? Because to me, even though you're my fiancé, of course you're not my enemy. You know, that was the argument I had that day. I was like, but you're not my enemy, you're my friend. You're first my friend before you became my fiancé, you know. So I felt that there was nothing wrong introducing her as my friend, you know, but I had to learn my lesson that day because I had to do some begging and suppressing, you know, before she actually understood with me. And after that day, I never tried it again. And why didn't I try it again? Because I understood that once you are matured enough and you know you are ready for marriage, you are in a courtship, I don't think there is any reason for you to begin to do hide and seek, you know, to begin to hide your relationships because you don't want people to know about it. Now, what if the guy that was asking about her was actually liking her? What if the guy was tripping, according to our language? What if the guy was tripping for her? And then I said, oh, she's my friend. I just gave the guy a go ahead, you know, to go ask my fiancé out. But if I had told him that this is my fiancé, you know, at least he knows now that she already is engaged to somebody. You get? So I think that the right thing to be done, you know, from my point of view is that once you're not enough to go into a relationship, you don't have to hide from anybody, not even your pastor. It doesn't matter how spiritual you are in quotes in church, you know, for you to have made up your mind that you want to go into a relationship, just keep that spirituality aside, you know, and be bold enough to declare that this is the person I'm going to get married to. You know, she's my fiancé or this is my fiancé. There's no need for you to begin to hide it. You know, I've seen a lot of people say that, why are you making everybody know that you're in a relationship? Why not hide the relationship? Man, the truth of the matter is, the reason why most people do that is because they are not sure. They are not convinced that they are going to get married to this person. And so they are just doing trial and error. You know, but once you are certain and you are sure, I don't think there is any reason for you to begin to hide the relationship. Now, somebody said to me one day and said, everybody on Facebook knows that you're in a relationship. I said, why not? Because I'm proud of my queen. So in fact, I want the whole world to know that she's my queen. So there's no need for me to begin to hide it. Now, if I'm not proud of her, maybe I feel she's not presentable enough, then I would want to begin to, you know, hide my relationship. I wouldn't want people to know that we're in a relationship. But the truth is, whether you like it or not, you have made a choice. You have made up your mind that this is the person you're going to spend the rest of your life with. So there is no reason, there is no basis for you to begin to want to hide it. Okay? Now, if you are not certain that this thing is going to work out, then you are just playing a game. It means you don't know what you're doing, you know. But because I had a conviction, I knew what I was doing, we knew what we were doing, there was no need to hide it. My pastor knew about it, everybody in church knew about it, my friends on Facebook knew about it. I was not afraid that it was not going to work because I knew what I was doing. You know, you see, she was talking about religious beliefs in church and how people were secretly committing evil just because they don't have that freedom. And of course, it's in the Bible, chapter 3, that doeth truth cometh to light. But it said light has come, but men have refused to come to light, but they are evil. So if you are trying to hide from the light, you are doing something secret behind. You know, so I had to make my relationship open for everybody to see. Why? Because I knew that he that doeth truth to light. There was no need for me to begin to, hide it. So if you're hiding your relationship, it's either you are not mature enough. It's either you are not matured enough to be in a relationship, or you are not proud of the person you are dating or you are courting. I mean, I started dating my fiancée when I was 27, and after 27, my father was already asking me, where is the girl? So if my father is asking me, it means he knows I'm of age to go into a relationship, and so I can't be hiding it from anybody, or hiding from my deacons or my pastors in church. So I think that the best thing to do, be proud. Make everybody know that this is the person that you are dating or that you are courting, and this is the person you want to be married to. Just be proud of whoever you have chosen. It is your choice. You made the choice. Nobody made the choice for you. So you have to be proud of what you have chosen. So to answer what she called me here to say, the reason why I did it was because I was ignorant. I felt that there was no need for me to start introducing her my fiancé. Then, I felt, oh, you are my friend after all. Why should I be telling everybody you're my fiancé? Now I know better. I know better. Thank you very much. And for those of you on the platform, we're glad to have you. Tawanda Geoffrey Chirinda, welcome. Lizzie Ekax, you're welcome. God bless you. I can see Mrs. Stella Fehintola Nuhu. You're welcome. God bless you. Who else is there? Olivia is there. You're welcome. Benny Gift. God bless you. I can see Ade Wale, Ade Doni. God bless you. You're welcome. Please help us share the video while my wife continues.
Don't go anywhere.
I'm here. I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm here with you.
So you see, these things are actually very important topics we need to talk about in our churches. It's a very big, very, trust me, very big problem that most pastors, most deacons really do not understand what they are doing. Those laws and those norms they set in church, thinking they're actually helping the youths and not helping them. Laws, those destroying those teenagers, those rules, those norms, those like in my church, it's got to a point where a guy cannot even shake a lady. So you can't confidently give a guy a handshake openly. No, they don't do it. For what? Like you don't even give a guy a hug. You don't do it. When you give a guy a hug, you have to come and answer a question for that. You have to come and see the deacon. Who is that guy you hugged? And why do you have to hug him 360 degrees? Why didn't you hug him 180? No, why didn't you hug him 60? Why 360 degrees? So you see, those whole than thou attitude and all those things were all in pretense. We're actually doing the real thing and getting away with it because nobody knows what they are doing. But I discovered that while in church, these people doing these things, they were not even feeling comfortable doing it, but they have to do it because they don't have choice. So for you to be looked holy, for you to look holy, for people to respect you as a holy brother, holy sister, you have to hide the relationship. You have to keep doing the secret love and secret thing. You get, when my husband actually introduced me to that guy as his friend, he stuck to me because I hate all those. Like if you're not proud of any lady you are dating, because at that moment I told you, if you're not proud of me, let me know now so I can take a walk. Because see, ladies, we have to really make ourselves, you know, I don't know how to put it. We have to do ourselves. We have to exalt ourselves. We have to appreciate who we are. We have to like ourselves. We have to love ourselves. We have to educate ourselves. We have to learn. We have to just know who we are, so that people don't take us for granted. So that men don't take us for granted. Like if you not to introduce me to your pastor, to whoever cares to know why you and this lady is always together, or why I'm seeing her DP, or why if you're not to introduce me to her, excuse me, find your way. Oh, hit the door, please hit the door. I am not ready for that, please. The truth of the matter is, every lady is proud to be introduced properly. This is a guy, trust me, nobody will be happy when the guy introduces my cousin, as my colleague, as you know, we are just like, excuse me, the words are too heavy for you to say. Are they too heavy for you to say? Tell them who I am to you. Like, because if you're not proud of who I am, that means there's no point really we go this dating thing. Let's just call it a quit. So when a guy keeps close to you every time and every now and then, ask him, hello brother, how far now? Why are you always with me? Tell me the truth. And if he actually asked you out in the secret, let him have to say to his friends and his parents and every other person, hello, meet my date, meet the person I'm actually believing God, I'm trusting God for us to settle down. You get? So it gives you this joy. It makes a woman feel so proud, so oh my God, I'm so happy. You don't play pranks. You're like this, hanky panky, according to people. Some people say hanky panky. You are here, you are there. Today, you are even, it's sometimes the guys even confuse the ladies. They bring you in their room, they talk to you, love, I love you, you are, I can't do without you. I can't even sleep, I can't think straight. Love of my life, you are all that I've ever got. You are the best thing that's ever happened to me. But you know what? Relationship secrets. I don't want people to start talking. All these side talks. I don't want it. So let's just make it between me and you. Between me and you. So it's just the ones that know that we are dating. When we go out, we can just tell them that we are friends. It's for our own good, though. It's for our own good. The guy is just trying to brainwash you. Make you feel like it's the right thing to do. I want people to start putting them out, to start talking, to start doing this, to start doing that, and the girl, because she's emotional, like, hey, it's true, I agree with you, no problem. And actually, let me tell you the truth, some guys who actually are players, they will play you big time. I would introduce you to another lady and tell you, quick, meet my friend, then colleague, meet friend, the middleman. Hello, brother. Now who you help? No, it doesn't work like that. Thank God I'm married. You didn't meet somebody like me, because you're going to define it. Like, did you say we are colleague? No, did you actually say we are friends? It not help. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. If you are 20, 27, 28, 29, 30, at 30 years, you do not practice, tell, oh, this is so. Well, you're about to play pranks, and I'm not the one catch, and I'm not a fool. I'm not a child. So if you want to go into a relationship, be proud to do that. It doesn't matter what people will say. Hey, if they want to talk, then go ahead, because by age you're of age. And whether or not you are leading a church, leading a congregation, or you are having a role to play in church, it doesn't matter. It doesn't really mean you don't have rights, you don't have freedom to go about to live your own life, to go about to do the right thing. So I really don't know how we can really talk, how we to go address their churches. Stop this whole, they should break these rules and this regulation that is making these teenagers and these youths go about doing the wrong thing. Because they cannot come out to do it real. I don't know how we can really solve this problem. Very big.
Okay, just before I answer the question, I would love to encourage us to drop our comments. If there's anything you have to say about what we're discussing, we'd love to hear your own thoughts also. We'd love to hear your opinion about what relations and religious beliefs. Do you think it's right for us to make our relationships public, that people should know about it, or should keep it secret? Okay, and if you are saying we should keep it secret, what are the reasons? Why should we keep it secret? If you are saying we should make it public, why should we make it public? Okay, so we would love to hear your own opinions. Okay, and we also love to hear what you think about the religious settings in the church. She has talked a lot about her church. And the truth of the matter is, most of us grew up in such religious environments where there are a lot of rules and regulations. And the truth of the matter is, anywhere there are rules and regulation, people begin to live in impotence. Okay, now the truth of the matter is, you know that what you are doing is right, you will come to light. You will not remain in darkness. Okay, so if you're hiding your relationship, then there is something wrong about that relationship. Now, most churches, I also grew up in a church where every Sunday ladies are being called out because they were and in this same church, every day you hear about sin and commandments, but the preaching of sin and commandments could not stop them from getting pregnant. So it means that something was wrong. What was wrong? You were the church then, emphasizing too much of sin, commandments, and the truth of the matter is, anything you keep hearing, you become. So if you keep hearing about sin and sin and sin and commandments, in fact, the more they tell you about the commandments, the more you break them. Okay? And when you break them, you will break them in secret, because you want to look holy, you want to look righteous, you want to pretend to be who you are not, and so you begin have all secret relationships, and that is the breeding ground for fornication. That is the breeding ground for all kind of immoral acts, because you are not bold enough to come to light, because you are not coming to light because your deeds are evil. So my answer to the church is that let people know good and evil and allow them choose what is good. Don't do too much rules and regulation. If you do that, you only encourage people to commit evil in secret. Then when we started in my church, people were not really making their relationships public. Why? Because there were a lot of rules and regulations. But then I was a youth president, I was the choir director, and it was expected of me to also do the same thing to my relationship. I was like, man, I'm of age, I'm ready to go into marriage, right? So I don't see any reason why I should hide my relationship. So I had to make my relationship public for everybody to see. And then, of course, there are a lot of tips, a lot of backbiting, a lot of people just say I'm not a business. People just don't talk at other people. But that didn't stop me. I still went to make it as open as possible and as public as possible. And today we're married. Some of those people who were hiding their relationships then, what happened to them? They broke up because they were not able to come out to tell the world that this is what we were doing, that we were in a relationship, that we were courting, we're going to get married. Not bold enough. Now, because it was done secretly, by the time they broke up, you really cannot hide it. No matter how much you try, the people will still know that you are dating this person or that you are in a court with this person. Okay? For me, I believe that the Bible has told us that we have been called unto freedom in Galatians. Now, freedom in the sense that you are not under any form of bondage, under any form of rules and regulation. You know what is right and you know how to do what is right. So don't allow rules and regulation, and commandments try to push you into the dark, because in the dark, that is where evil happens. But if you come to light, if you have come to know the truth, you remain in light, and you make doing plain before all men to see. Now, once you do that, you'll be able to prevent a lot of, immoral acts that are happening in most of these churches because of the rules and the regulations, especially for teenagers, and young adults. Once you put rules and regulations, you are simply telling them, go and do it. I'm asking you, but do it in secret. Don't do it, because if you do it outwardly, we will suspend you, we will give you a lot of penalties. So I think that everybody should be allowed to teach people the truth and let them live their lives. If you are truly born again, you know what is right, and the Spirit of God is in you to help you. So I'm not in support of those churches where you put a lot of rules and regulations, because what you'll be doing, you'll be pushing people into the dark, and it is in the dark that evil happens. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Pastor Kim. Actually, I know most of us who are watching are leaders in our various churches or having a role to play in church. So if you are very close to pastors and in the church, please, I think you should suggest to them as an individual, as a friend, or as a family, that we should other girls, guys, how they should go about relationship, not to some rules and regulations that will make them even do the things you are thinking that they are not. Okay, because you think people are not, they're not doing these things. You think when you put these rules, don't shake a guy, don't hug a guy, or let's not see you in places, 1, 2, 3 place, or let's not see you this, that, all these rules are going to prevent these people from doing this whole thing. You're actually playing yourself. You're actually wasting your time, because behind the scene they do worse than you are thinking. So I think we should carry these messages to our personal churches, to our friends, to our home, to our kids, to teach them the right thing, teach people the right thing to do, and give them a little freedom and pray for them. Pray for them, because really you cannot touch like any man and get 100% of their secrets. So the best thing to do is to just teach them what to do, reduce the laws, reduce any law that is not helping that organization, remove it, and then just put a little freedom and a little, and just guide them a little, not something that will make them think it's actually making them live right, but rather it's actually chasing them to the dark to even commit more of these things you are actually avoiding. So I hope today's story really made some sense or meaning, or had actually a light to you as an individual. I hope you've enjoyed today's series. We are going to continue as time goes on. Secret relationship and religious belief is actually a problem, and let's solve it. It's only you and I that can solve that problem, and if we don't do it, it will affect our children and our children's children to come. So thank you so much for joining us today. God bless you. It was a